Were you born Jewish, or how did you become a Jew?
Well, no, I was not born Jewish. Judaism was a spiritual path for me, a journey that I started at the age of about 17 or 18 years old, and converted to Judaism in the very early 80s, and have been a member of the tribe ever since. I began studying for the rabbinate in a African-American yeshiva that's located in Queens, New York. Very small yeshiva, the Israelite Board of Rabbis, ordained there in 1985, but also attended Spertus College of Judaica in Chicago, Illinois, and received an undergraduate degree and a master's level degree from Spertus College as well. Beth Shalom is a 91-year-old congregation of predominantly African-American Jews, and I am the sixth rabbi to serve the community. However, today our congregation is very, very inclusive of Jews from all backgrounds, including Ashkenazi, Sephardi. We have B'nai Anusim, the ones who were hidden, whose families were forced to convert during the time of the Inquisition. So our family, our collective family, is one that is very, very inclusive. We have Africans as well as Europeans, and it is open to all people. I firmly believe in the prophet Isaiah's words that my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people, and we try to practice that at our synagogue.
And from a familial background, you come to some fame as a result of a familial connection.
Well, actually, I'd been written about before the family connection with the first family made its way into the public eye. Michelle Obama is my cousin. Our families have been very close over the years, and we continue to be close. My wife and I were at the Hanukkah party last December at the White House, and it was, I have to tell you, exciting to see President Obama and to see Michelle and to have the opportunity to chat with them for a little bit and to have our pictures taken with them. So it was very, very good. It was very, very good.
Has she come, by the way, has she come to your congregation?
She's not visited the congregation. However, they have promised to stop by. And this promise was made before he was elected president. And so as I saw him, I kind of reminded him, you still owe us a visit. So we don't care if it's for 10 minutes or for 10 hours. If he could stop by and visit with us on a Shabbat service, that would be wonders for our congregation, for the community at large.
Which branch of Judaism do you and your congregation subscribe to?
We are not affiliated with any branch, so therefore we are friends with all branches. And I have friends, rabbinic friends in every stream, from modern Orthodox to Lubavitch to conservative, Reform, and Reconstructionist. When I bring prospective converts into the faith, I use mostly conservative rabbis work with me on my bet din, as we take all of our prospective members through the halakhic processes and procedures for becoming a part of the Jewish people.
But it isn't messianic in any way.
I'm a Jew. I'm not a messianic Jew. I am a Jew. I'm a Yehudi. A Torah-observant, halakhic-observant Jew. Non-messianic in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Just how do you find Christians react when they find that both you're Jewish and a rabbi? How do they respond?
Some Christians respond with surprise, and never thought I'd meet a black rabbi, but certainly it's also that happens in the Jewish world as well. And as I like to say, I was in a synagogue and for one morning service on a Monday morning with kippah, with the siddur, with my talit. And after service, someone said, "Are you Jewish?" And I said, "No, I found this stuff outside. And I wanted to come in to see how it worked. Of course I'm a Jew. I found you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm here davening with you. So, yes, I am a Jew. I'm a part of the Jewish people."
From an outside perspective, there's a lot of libel and slander that Israel is an apartheid and that Judaism is a selective, discriminatory culture. What do you say to those people who are under that impression?
That's absolutely the wrong impression. The state of Israel in no way, shape, form, or fashion can be compared to apartheid. Having visited the state of Israel last year, having met with Israeli Palestinians, knowing that there are Israeli citizens that are born Palestinians and that there is an inclusiveness with respect to the state of Israel, not an exclusiveness. With respect to the Jewish faith and people viewing Judaism as a closed religion, so to speak, I think that that has come about because of the oppression that Jews have faced over so many centuries in so many different countries, until they tended to become very insular and very protective. And so that, in some respects, is why you get this thinking from outside perspectives that Judaism is a closed faith. But going to Israel, you will see Jews from every corner of the world. African Jews, African American Jews, Chinese Jews, Jews from everywhere. And so this is what Judaism is. It has always been a global people, and that globalization of the Jewish people is coming to fore again, and I feel and pray very soon.
Are you a part of the Chicago political scene in some way?
No, I'm a member of the Chicago Board of Rabbis. I vote, but I'm not a political individual where I get out and jump in front of cameras and do a lot of campaigning. I'm simply a rabbi and spiritual leader of my congregation.
Can you do any work representing the Jewish community or Judaism among other religious denominations in Chicago?
That I do. I do work with in interfaith organizations in my community with Christian and Muslim clerics, and trying to do and have experiences where we are building a better and stronger community, looking at the issues of public education and the lack thereof and lack of funding, and how we as religious and spiritual leaders can address and provide some assistance to these schools.
Social perspective, what do you try to convey?
Jews have always been interested in social justice, and there are many Jewish organizations that were really formed to, in fact, heighten and assist individuals like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. In the Chicago community, the Jewish Council on Urban Affairs, started by Rabbi Robert Marks, was in fact developed its mission to fight against anti-Semitism and racism in every aspect. So Jews have always been interested in social justice, and they have been at the forefront of organizations like the NAACP, like the Urban League, and other organizations in the African American community and other communities as well, in assisting those communities to achieve full inclusion in the American dream and in the American process.
Do you believe that today's generation of black leadership may have forgotten the Jewish partnership or involvement in helping to promote black civil rights in the 60s?
If they've forgotten, I think it's a part of my responsibility and job to tell the story. And so I travel the country telling the story of the relationship of a Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel and Martin Luther King Jr., and how Heschel's work came out of the halls of academia and came out and marched on the street and encouraged a generation of Jewish leaders to be very involved. So I think the story can never be told too much, and I think that I see it as a part of my job to continue to tell that story so that my children and grandchildren understand the role and the very connection between the Jewish community and the struggle for equal rights, the struggle for civil rights for African American people and other peoples as well. Yes, you can find out about our work in two websites. The first website, talking about the global Jewish people, is www.becolLashon.org. Becol Lashon, B-E-C-H-O-L, Lashon, L-A-S-H-O-N.org. But to visit our website at Beth Shalom Congregation, you can visit www.bethshalombz.org.